Right now, new tonight on the night team, LMPD is investigating a scene after a person was stabbed in West Louisville. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jose Alonso. LMPD responded to the stabbing around 7:30 this evening near 12th and Jefferson Streets. Officials say when they arrived, they found a man who had been stabbed and he was taken to the hospital where he is expected to survive. Authorities are encouraging anyone with information on this stabbing to call the anonymous tip line. That's, of course, 574 LMPD. Freedom, alcohol, and popcorn. It's the talk of the town in Corydon, Indiana. One of the biggest annual events in the Hoosier State's first capital kicked off today. We're talking about the Popcorn Festival. That's celebrating with a new ordinance expanding where you can drink alcohol. And I spoke with festival attendees and a local bar about this change. Although temperatures were in the 90s, it didn't stop Hoosiers from getting down and snacking on some popcorn. But there are new signs on the ground across historic downtown Corydon, Indiana that are all the buzz.
They're selling in these cups. There's a big square they're able to drink at. It's just, you can walk around, see the vendors and everything and still drink.
How does that make you feel?
Oh, I love it. I'm from Louisiana originally. We drink everywhere. So.
On April 1st, the town council passed a designated outdoor refreshment area, or DORA ordinance, establishing these boundaries where people can consume alcohol. Businesses like the Alibi, a bar within the DORA perimeter, are participating with these designated cups.
I think it can help out a lot as long as everyone follows the guidelines with it and such, and it gives people a little bit more freedom. It helps out local businesses instead of just being trapped into one little section.
It's also Independence Day. Does this give you another sense of, I don't know, freedom?
Freedom, yes.
Oh, yeah,
yes,
yeah.
Freedom. Very nice.
The loose popcorn on the ground won't let you forget this is also a family event. Kids participate in various kinds of games, including corn. Annual visitors say they couldn't be in these areas with alcohol before.
Yeah, it was kind of like restricted to like one area where we just had to stay in the beer garden and
you couldn't take any alcohol beverages out of the beer garden, but this year they've changed it and now you can walk all around it with it.
So if you plan on grabbing a drink with friends or family, locals just ask for you to not take too much advantage and drink responsibly.
I don't care. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
The festivities continue tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning with the Colonel and Colonelette contests, followed by the Popcorn Festival Parade at 11. Make sure to bring a bucket to collect the popcorn being thrown in the air. And as we head into the holiday weekend, we're learning some bars in Nulu will be closing 2 hours earlier now. This comes as companies and the city look to crack down on potential street takeovers. Nulu business owners met with the mayor to discuss the recent crowds gathering in the area and security. Owners calling the gatherings bad for business because they block their entrances and aren't spending any money there. A couple of the bars in the area typically stay open until 4 a.m. However, today we learned some of the businesses will be closing their doors at 2 a.m.
That was something that businesses offered up because they felt unsafe. Their employees last weekend were literally leaving at the time that gunshots were ringing off. So it was a countermeasure on the behalf of businesses to say, hey, until LMPD can get this under control and guarantee that you can have public safety in place, we've got to close early.
This is the first time we've also heard about the gunfire that was going off. LMPD and the mayor have already promised to increase patrols in the area on foot and on ATVs as well as increasing the presence along Bardstown Road where street takeovers had also been occurring. Earlier today, President Trump celebrated the 4th of July and the passage of his tax cut and spending plan at the same time. The president signed his bill into law during the Independence Day celebrations in Washington. ABC's Christian Cordero tells us more.
Today, President Trump puts his legislative plan into action, signing his massive tax cut and spending bill at the White House on the 4th of July, a B-2 bomber joining the pomp and circumstance as it flies overhead. That B-2 bomber, the same type of plane that struck the Iranian nuclear facilities last month. The bill's narrow approval through Congress, a huge win for the president and his Republican loyalists.
What we've done is put everything into one bill. It's never happened before. It's the biggest bill of its type in history. We've never had anything like that before.
But getting it passed was controversial from beginning to end, with a few hardline Republicans slamming price tag. The nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office estimates Trump's bill will add $3.4 trillion to the national debt in the next decade. The CBO also says some 11.8 million Americans could lose their health insurance coverage because of the bill's steep cuts to Medicaid.
A particular medicine that I take, I was told by the pharmacy costs like $3,000. So how would I be able to, afford that without the supplement of Medicaid?
Still, Trump praising the bill's $4 trillion in tax cuts, which will largely go to the wealthiest Americans. He also touted his no taxes on tips and overtime pay policy now put into action, as well as additional funding for border security.
Not one Democrat voted for us, and I think we use it in the campaign that's coming up, the midterms, because we got to beat them.
The midterm elections now about a year away, but for both parties, with spending bill in hand, the race is already on.
After Project 2025 comes Project 2026. And you will have an opportunity to end this national nightmare.
Democrats are trying to seize on the health care cuts, specifically reminding voters the president repeatedly vowed he would not touch Medicaid. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
Louisville firefighters are pleased with the no tax on overtime provision of Trump's bill. It allows workers to deduct thousands of dollars in overtime from their taxes. Today, we talked to Jeff Taylor, president of the Louisville Firefighters Union. He explained that so much of their overtime is built into their schedules. So they're still working to figure out how big of a tax deduction is coming their way.
On average, we work about 56 hours a week. The bill that was passed provides exemptions for overtime after 53 hours. So we're not sure how that's going to affect us. For sure, it'll have a positive impact on our group, maybe larger depending on how we interpret that law.
Meanwhile, Mayor Craig Greenberg today saying 30,000 people in Louisville could lose their health insurance because of the bill.
This is real. It's bad for all of us in our city.
Folks that are, either gaming the system or deciding to check out and simply not work are going to have to step up.
District Chairman of the Jefferson County Republican Party says the work requirements for Medicaid in the bill are necessary. He sees this signing as an overall win and believes it will boost the economy in the long run. People in the Algonquin and Park Hill neighborhoods are calling on the city to finish what it started. They want to see movement on the Reland project, which started in 2023. The city allocated $10 million of American Rescue Plan money to renovate the vacant Brownfield property. The land is believed to be contaminated because of the former Rodea plant, which needs to be restored today. The Community of Opportunity Neighborhood Association is asking the city to transfer the property to Reland Group so they can build green, affordable homes. Leaders in the two neighborhoods came together today to make their voices heard to city officials.
In all neighborhoods in the West End, we have to do this to get our voices heard. Until we do this and come together, nobody's going to listen to what we have to say.
The proposal involves a 3 to 4 story affordable housing complex with more than 200 units.
We hold these truths to be self-evident.
Lots of family, lots of community, people just coming together, lawn chairs fill the garden.
That all men are created equal.
We want to make sure that everyone feels welcome here.
We have got to dig in. We've got to do the work.
That they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights.
It's a very fun day, the fireworks and everything.
That among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
And of course, today is Independence Day, and this evening, the Ohio River was filled with the sights and sounds of fireworks. The annual 4th of July celebration at Waterfront Park caught everyone's attention on the riverbank. The night teams, Clarice Shaley and photojournalist Aspen Hester, are joining us live after the event. Clarice, how was your first 4th of July in Louisville?
Jose, it was wonderful and the show was spectacular. You could tell people here loved it too, with the roar of hundreds of people on Big 4 lawn celebrating the end of the fireworks show. Now people are still filing out now, but there were both Louisvillians to visitors who came to Waterfront 4th of July celebration. Now my main question to everyone today was why they're proud of their freedom, but first let's get to that show.
Blue and red. The colors, you know how extravagant and shiny they are.
Oohs and ahs on Waterfront Park's Big 4 lawn.
You know, what I think I might see, I don't see, and what I thought I wouldn't see, I do. So I just love the unpredictability of the fireworks.
Earlier in the evening, everyone was out enjoying the weather and the festivities for the 4th of July. With musical performances.
This year there's a lot more family-oriented, more kid-friendly things.
Along with bubbles and putt-putt for the kids.
And for a 7-year-old, that's awesome. Keep her busy until the fireworks start.
Plenty of food to choose from.
Berry and raspberry.
Wow, is it good?
Yeah, we're definitely foodies.
Along with local businesses like Erler's Ice Cream to cool off.
We're excited because last year we did this and we was really busy.
It's about enjoying time with families and loved ones as people remember why we celebrate Independence Day.
America got to be an independent country.
I am proud to be an American.
Having your name across your chest and having U.S. Army across your chest, there's nothing more than being prouder about that.
You know, enjoy all the blessings that we've received this year, and you know, we hope for this.
At the end of the day, you know, they represent freedom. That's what we're about.
The end of another Independence Day on the waterfront with fireworks as a symbol. You can probably still hear and see those fireworks across Kentuckiana. Now just remember, within Louisville Metro, you can only set off novelty ground fireworks, nothing in the air. Live in Louisville, Clarice Shaley, WHAS 11 night team on your side. Jose?
Looked like a great time. Thanks, Clarice. Well, Paristown also celebrated the 4th of July in a big way all day. For a 6th year, vendors, food, and drinks were all out there for everyone to enjoy, and kids took a ride on the Kroger Fresh Express trackless train. Competitors also faced off in a Jeff's Donut Hole eating contest. And a fireworks show capped off the night's festivities. Jeannie Hilt from Paristown says the event wouldn't be what it is without the support from everyone who comes.
It's Louisville. Yeah. We love Louisville, and we are glad to say that Louisville loves us too. So it's very gratifying, and you know, this renovation that has taken place here has just really been overwhelmingly fantastic, and it's touched so many of the edge neighborhoods that we bump up next to. So it's just really gratifying, and we're very thankful.
And another tradition we can't forget, Nathan's hot dog eating contest. Legend Joey Chestnut chowing down 70.5 hot dogs, winning back his mustard belt for the 17th time. Reigning champ Miki Sudo holding on to the women's title, throwing back 33 dogs in 10 minutes.